YouTube. So earlier I posted a quick video going over a Hackintosh that I made, and I just want to make another video real quick, maybe with a little bit more details and showing the details of the computer itself and booting up and stuff like that. So here I present to you the world's cheapest iMac. 430 bucks out the door, not including the wireless keyboard and mouse. Go ahead and look at a few ports. I'll grab a flashlight actually because it's a little dark in here. So you can see in the back the only thing I have plugged in is the power cable, which comes with not too bad of a size power brick, a little bit bigger than your fist, but it doesn't have a built-in power supply. So you'll see two HDMI ports and a VGA port. The weird thing about this all-in-one PC is actually the middle HDMI port is the output, and the outer HDMI port and the VGA port are actually inputs. So you can plug in another PC, maybe if you want to run this as a Mac and have a little PC sitting by it so you can switch back and forth, and or maybe a cable box or an Xbox, and you also get audio through that HDMI input. Then you have three USB 2.0 connections. You have to use one of these three when you're installing UniBeast. Otherwise, I found that it doesn't work. There's your gigabit Ethernet connection right there. Now, if you look on this side, you see a weird little slot. You can put your finger in there, open it, and when I saw this, immediately the coolest thing that I noticed was this eSATA port right here. That actually doubles as a USB 2.0 connection, which is kind of cool. Then we have our two super speed USB 3.0 connectors. When I tried installing OS X through one of these, I had problems with the computer stating that there was a DMR status errors, and the installer would just hang, and not pretty. But there we also have an SD card reader, headphones, and microphone input-output respectively. Now on the other side, we just have our power supply connector and a Kensington lock. The stand appears to be made of a heavy metal, I mean not heavy, but it's durable to the touch. I'm pretty sure it's aluminum. Yeah, either aluminum or a hollow steel. Let's look at the front. And then the front, we are welcomed by a 23.6 inch LCD panel. It's 1080p. I wouldn't say it's the best screen in the world, but for the price, it's definitely worth the money. Then you see, let me get the flashlight again so you can see this stuff. There's a button that says mode, volume controls, menu, and a hard drive indicator. The mode allows you to change your input on the screen from the internal PC, HDMI, or VGA, and the other buttons are a little obvious what they do. Menu doesn't have to do anything with the PC. It's LCD panel adjustment, so you can change things like your color warmth or whatever. So let's go ahead and power it on. I'm sure a lot of Hackintoshers are probably holding their breath because seeing this Apple with the wheel spinning doesn't really mean a whole lot in most cases, but I don't even bother booting in verbose mode anymore because I pretty much got this thing set up exactly where I want it. Pretty quick startup times. Alright. Logging in. And here we are to the desktop. And those are the recent apps that I just had up. iTunes tutorial, don't really care. But you can see just for the sake of functionality, things like iTunes work perfectly fine. Able to download things from the store. You're signed in with your Apple ID. What else can I show you? We'll open up Google Chrome here. I'll go to YouTube and play a HD video. Let's find something not shitty on the YouTube homepage. It's always kind of hard.
What a way to ring out 2013. The Raptors, 8 wins in their last 11. They win tonight to hang on 85-79 here in Chicago. Much more after this.
And if you want to go ahead and see the specs about the Mac, I'll pull them up real quick. I have the system definition for Mac Mini, so that way the graphics drivers would activate for the Intel HD 2500. It shows the full 1 gigabyte. It doesn't have OpenGL acceleration, but I haven't run into any problems with the lack thereof using apps, even semi-intensive ones such as Photoshop or Illustrator. Definitely don't need them for basic computing programs like Word or PowerPoint or Excel. And as long as you stay away from Safari, you don't really need You don't really need OpenGL on Mac, unless you're trying to play video games, in which case, good luck with this computer. For $400, you definitely get a huge amount of bang for your buck, especially when you're talking about Apple products, because this is a 3.3 gigahertz Core i3 processor, and it's 2 cores, hyper-threads for. I turned off Intel speed steps, so it's always at the maximum speed, which does use a little bit more power at idle, but for sake of simplicity, I left it that way when I created this Hackintosh, so I wouldn't have to deal with specific drivers and things like that. What else can I show you? Let's open up my Wi-Fi. Network preferences, you see I have both Ethernet working and Wi-Fi, and the airport software, or whatever you want to call it, it perfectly recognizes the built-in Wi-Fi card with the obvious help of having the proper KEX installed. I don't have any problem with signal loss, and actually it's performed quite well so far. Another thing that I know a lot of people struggle with on Hackintosh is audio, so you heard it for yourself. I have the latest Voodoo HDA installed. All you have to do is delete the stock Apple high-definition audio driver and replace it with that. What else can I show you? You can see in my other video that I have the dual monitors working perfectly fine on this as well. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll post a link to my other video where in the description I'll have more details about what KEX I had to install, what ones I had to remove, and just basic stuff like that. If you don't know a whole lot about Hackintoshes, just take a minute and read a little bit about it online. It's definitely the right way to go when you're dealing with purchasing a new computer and you are able to have a little bit of background experience with this type of stuff, because I probably saved around $800 just by installing the software on here myself, because I have a low level iMac right here that performs daily computing programs and tasks perfectly fine for $430. It's also just, it's extremely minimal, I think, with all-in-ones. You have your wireless keyboard, wireless mouse, one plug to plug the thing in the wall, and you're set. So, I think that's about all I have to say. So, I guess thanks for watching this video.